Welcome to our Divine Energy Flow session here on Monday nights at 7 o'clock. Thank you for being here. We are also starting a new, it may end up being a series, but for right now, we're just kind of rolling with it because it was just on my mind to talk about ceremony and life, just like life being a ceremony. Um, So we're going to talk about that, and then that. So normally, what I do if you're new to this, I will normally talk for about 20 minutes or so about whatever type of spiritual subject that we're talking about, which is like the ceremony tonight, and then after that, about 20 or 30 minutes of the energy work specifically. So thank you for being here. I honor you, and I am just so grateful for your presence and for your energy here. Let me see, is there anything that I need to talk about? Real quick, we have this live stream on four different channels. We have like two Facebook groups, the Divine Energy Flow Facebook group and the Call to Awakening Facebook group. And then we have two YouTube channels that this is also on, and it's also the Call to Awakening YouTube channel and my YouTube channel, which is Carla. It's One Soul, One Destiny by Carla Romero Crochet. So, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I like to just kind of relax and kind of like just get myself into that present moment. The first few minutes of the video, like my earrings. My friend Tony made a bunch of these, and she sent these to me. Aren't they beautiful? It's so weird that I'm like the opposite in direction from looking at this. Anyway, yeah. So I like to start this off with just a very basic breathing, just a few breaths, just to bring us into that stillness. So I like to breathe in to a count of 4, hold it for a 2 count, and as you're holding it in that 2 count, you just I say listen, but you just sit in that stillness. You can listen as well, but you sit in that stillness for those 2 seconds. It's like the most perfect. It's like the most perfect stillness that you can get in between those breaths. So breathe in for 4, hold for 2, focus on being present and in that stillness, and then breathe out for 4 and hold for 2 and sit in that stillness, right? So in 4, sit 2, out 4, in, out 4, sit 2. In 4, sit 2, out 4, sit 2. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to do this 5 times. I just want you to close your eyes if you like and just really, really get into this few deep breaths because there is not many breaths that we do fully and consciously, and it really is so important. So, all right, here we go. Breath number 1. Breath number 2. Breath number 3. And 2 more. One more. All right. That should have kind of made your body tingle a little bit. Like literally, just as much as we don't breathe consciously, whenever we do just a few times, your body just gets filled with that energy, and it's just a beautiful feeling. It's like aliveness. So So if you feel a little bit of lightheadedness or something, that's okay. It's normal. It's just because we're not used to it. So here we go. This is going to be fun. Life as ceremony. Okay. We as humans kind of go around life super, super unconscious. Most of us, the majority of humans, okay, which is okay. We're all evolving, right? Um, and if we and so we could do it like that, and it just be a robotic, sometimes miserable. Because when you're living like that, like where's the life? Where's the life? Where's the beauty? Where's the magic? Where's the ceremony? Right? Where's the ceremony? Everything can be a ceremony. I realized that when I started doing like ritual baths. I started realizing, holy crap, like this is really a ceremony to me. It's really becoming one. That was a few years ago, but it's just, and I'm going to talk about the baths. This bath, a bath time is the best ceremony time that you can really give yourself. And it's just that self care type of thing. So, um, I did write a couple notes. Let me just make sure I'm not, so yeah, unconscious. So, um, yeah, doing everything. So typically we will walk around, drive around. We don't even really pay attention to where we're driving. Like if we're going to work or if we're going to the store, it's just the day to day everything. So what it means to me anyway. So this is always going to be just my. I'm not going to say just because my opinion counts, but it's always my opinion. So it's always what resonates with me. This is my truth, my magic, my ceremony, my rituals, right? If it resonates with you, then wonderful. And I hope you find so much blessing out of it, so much pleasure and sacredness around all of these topics that I'm going to kind of talk about. Um, so yeah. So life as ceremony is just performing each task in the present moment, performing each task with an actual awareness, just of being aware of every step. Okay. So no matter what it is, the bath, it could be the dishes, it could be the driving, but while you're doing it, you're literally feeling everything. You're so let's go ahead and talk about nature. Okay. Um, when you walk outside, this would be making nature ceremony. Nature is ceremony anyway, but this would be you involving yourself in it and appreciating it, right? Like literally, you can walk outside, immediately you smell the grass, immediately you smell whatever flowers are around you. It's beautiful. Take the time, stand there when you walk outside in the morning, breathe it all in, look at the sky, give gratitude to the sun for coming up today, for growing all our food that it does and all that. Thank the sun, thank the earth, thank all of the birds around you. Listen to the birds sing. Like all of these things is making life or making life ceremony, making that whatever task ceremony or ritual. To me, they're kind of like the same thing, a little bit different, but um, yeah, walk around and touch the flowers. Touch them, give them love, like touch the leaves on the trees, touch the trees, whatever, but um, all of those things just being done in absolute presence and gratitude and acceptance for whatever it is, and all of these things makes it sacred to you. You know, another one I want to talk about is bath time because that is really my thing. Like I've done several different like YouTube videos about this because okay, so I'm just gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you how it helped. So I started this a few years ago when I really started my spiritual awakening, and I started putting salt in my bath, and I started like listening to certain type of frequencies and stuff like that. And I started doing this, and it became this beautiful self-love um, ritual that literally I have not done anything different as far as exercise and eating or anything like that. And I've lost 30 pounds in the last couple of years for no reason, except that I can think that this may be one of the reasons. Okay. So during bath time, I'm going to run my water. I'm going to turn on the music first of all. Music is always, for me, for some strange reason, Celtic winter music just does it for me. And there is just something about, like, if you YouTube Celtic winter and play any of it, it is the most gorgeous music to me. The most gorgeous music. So it's like the Dance of Life. I think is one of the ones that I really like. I think it's the Dance of Life. Um, so I put on music, and while even the moment you think about it, the ceremony starts. The moment you start doing anything for the bath, the ceremony begins. The ritual begins. Um, and you're gonna hear my cat because she's right there scratching at the door and she wants to come in. I'm not letting them in tonight because they get me out of my zone. Um, but anyway, so put on the music. Always light a few candles. I mean, you want to see if you're going to bathe, right? So, put candles kind of all around the bathroom. Maybe a couple on different sides of the bathtub and a couple on different spots, other places that are safe, obviously. And literally while you're doing this, you're like setting intentions for the whole thing. Like it's, setting the intention for the music to just be the most relaxing, comforting, sweet sound that you can hear, right? The setting the intention for the candles is just having that fire element and having that going back to to nature and having that not non-fake light, not light. So having that authentic light, the fire. Um, Always put salt in my bathtub. So it can be just regular Epsom salt, just salt. It can be, there's all kinds of different types of Epsom salts that you can get with different oils and this and that. And it's just really, there's so many to choose from and they are so, so delicious. Yes. So always put the salt. And as I'm doing the salt, my daughter likes for me to make her baths, but she used to, she hadn't in a while. But because it's magical. Like you put your magic into it. So you put the salt in it, just a little bit of some salt in it. And as you're stirring it around the bathtub, you're setting that intention for the salt to take away any type of low frequency energy that is in your aura or around you. And please, thank you for the water. Thank you for the warmth of the water. It's a lot of gratitude, right? So the whole thing is going through this very simple task of just taking a bath that most people take 2 minutes. And I do sometimes too. I don't do this every single time I take a bath. I used to. It was a huge thing for me. It used to. But I do it once or twice a week or so. So you got your salt in the bathtub, you got your candles, you got your music. Um, oh, flowers. You can put flowers. You can put anything from nature, like in your bathtub. Like you put some flowers. You can put essential oils. I normally I'll put everything in the bathtub, and I'll put like the salt every time and some essential oils, or the salt and a few flowers, just to make me feel beautiful. Whatever. Just because it's pretty, just because it's beautiful. During the bath time, I'm just gonna, wash everything nice and slow. Like, don't try to just get it over with quick. Um, you know, really, really rub the soap. Really, and this is not trying to get like whatever, but literally just giving love to your body, to your skin, to your organs. Like, as you're rubbing the towel on, as you're cleaning yourself, just thank you for these organs. Thank you for this beautiful skin. Thank you, for the health in my body. All of those things, right? And then when I get out of the bathtub, like putting on my lotion. The lotion is put on with so much attention, so much presence, and just really slowly and really making it a sacred time that you're spending with yourself. And I literally believe that. I'm pretty sure I don't just believe, like I know that had a lot to do with my weight loss. It's self-love. Like when you love your organs, when you tell your body you love it, thank your body for all the health and all of the beautiful ways that it just is, your body's going to change because you've taught yourself that you're beautiful. You've taught yourself that no matter what it is that you really like, don't like, if there's little things you don't like or whatever, you're giving gratitude and saying that you love the parts you do physically love, and giving gratitude to the parts that are just working. Right? So that to me is like my favorite. Hang on, let me close these emails. Don't bother me. Okay. And you can add, of course, anything that you would like to what I just said. The other one that I really want to like totally, I could probably really make a whole video about this, but I'm going to make it short and then maybe I'll make a video about it. Maybe we'll make the next topic this. The ceremony of being with people, being around other people. So, being present. If you're having a conversation, let's say that we're having like a conversation with a friend or a family member and you're sitting down. If you're standing up having a quick conversation, like, you want to be present, but it may just be a quick thing and it just may not be all that so much to it. But if you're sitting down and you're having like an actual conversation with someone that you love or someone that you really honor and trust, and a friend and or really anybody, but I'm specifically talking about like family members and people that you love and that love you. Take the time to sit there and actually listen to what they're saying. We tend to sit there and have conversations with people, and we don't even listen to half the stuff they're saying. We're so ready to talk over them, or we're so ready to get our point across. And as we're listening, we're thinking of ways that we can sort of rebuttal whatever it is they're saying, maybe. Or if it's not a debate type of thing, then we're thinking about what can I say to make this person feel better, or what can I say, whatever the conversation is, what's the next thing I can say that will help or that will whatever with this conversation. So that's what normally happens. To have a ceremony meeting with someone, to literally sit down and just be, kind of like I'm being now, and just be. And you can nothing has to be hurried. Like conversations don't have to be rushed. Time with other people doesn't have to be rushed. It can just be sitting down, honoring that person for whatever it is that's coming out of their mouth, whatever it is that they're going through or talking about, and listening and not thinking of anything, of any way to get to where we're, whatever your next answer is to the question or the next statement is. Sometimes people don't even need all that stuff. Like when you're talking to somebody, if you're having to think up stuff to say, then it's probably not the thing to say. Like after the person stops talking, you should be able to intuitively come up with that, whatever it is that you need to say when the time is right. So like after that person stops talking, and then you can, you kind of like make sure they're finished talking before you talk. Stop talking over people. No matter how ridiculous someone may seem, no matter how different of opinion somebody may seem, because none of it's ridiculous at all. It's whatever their truth is, right? Or whatever is going on. But I forgot what I was saying. I think I would say whatever it is that they're saying, needs to be honored and seen. The person needs to feel seen, okay, and needs to feel heard. And that's sacred. That's love. That's compassion, right? Um, so yeah, just sitting there and being with people. Another thing is just being with people, like just being with people. Like you don't have to. I'm going to tell you a quick story. When I was still in rehab, I was in rehab for about 3 years, and my dad and a couple of my family members came to visit me the first time, and it was so awkward because they were really angry at me. I'd done some addiction type shit, so it wasn't like the most comfortable meeting, and I was like freaking out, and I was so scared, and I was like, do they hate me, or and in that meeting, my dad, like, I just kept like flinching and, what should we talk about? What do we, and he could tell that I was just like trying to talk about anything that I could possibly come up with because I was just scared. Like, I didn't know, I was just scared. And he just looked at me and said, my little girl, let's just sit here. I'm probably gonna cry. Damn it. Let's just sit here. All we need is each other's company. All we need is each other's company. Like the energy tells it all, and the love is there, and you don't have to. It's just exhausting. It's really exhausting the way that we live sometimes. So anyway, let me just yeah. So you want to listen to people um, only to hear what they're saying as they're saying it, right? You want to be able to hear what they're saying and let them know that you're listening. Like, let them know. This email thing is so annoying. I got to figure out how to make that stop doing that. So, yeah. All right, we are going to go ahead and get into this. Listen, if you have any questions about anything I just said, if you would love to add something to what I just said, please tell me your rituals. Like, tell me, what. Oh, come on. Jeez. Oh, Lord. Like, where'd that even come from? Okay. Yeah, tell me your rituals. Leave me some comments. Like, let's talk. I'm going to go ahead and smudge with some Palo Santo. Listen, oh, I'm having a hard time with this candle. It's because the air's on. It's so on top of me. So as I'm doing this, just set the intention. So what's going to happen here? So this is the Divine Energy Flow session. This is going to be a lot of clearing of stagnant energy of whatever you got going on that is not the best frequency that you would like to break free of. If you have any physical pain, you can set the intention to help that. Um, so there will be a lot of like clearing of energy, and then there'll be a transmission of light as well that will be sent to you. And just to let you know my intention. So my intention is always, and I'll set this intention now, for you to receive the most of this transmission that's good for you at this time in your development and your evolution, and all of that. So you are safe. You can watch me. You don't have to. I'd love for you to just sit back and relax. Listen to the music, be real present, realize there's nothing else. If there's something else to do, then go do it and do this later. But if there's nothing else to do, don't worry about anything else. Just focus on right now. Just focus on right now. So we're going to get this started. Sit back, relax. And just allow whatever whatever is good for you to get to you. Remember that space and time does not exist in energy, so it's all good no matter when you watch this, no matter where you are. Um, this will be effective, like any energy work. Mm. You'll see me. Sometimes I'll be moving, sometimes I won't. Don't worry, the work is still getting done. Sometimes I have to just sit here and feel what's happening, and sometimes I don't have to. Just repeating the energy from now. There's a lot of it. It's just, yeah, it's just shaking. So it looks like right now there's a lot of like um, all over the place type of energy, which is fine. So we're gonna help that. All right, thank you so much. Big difference. If you'd like to just continue to lay down or just meditate, let me know how you feel. Let me know um, how you experience this. I would love your feedback. Um, Thank you for being here. I will see you again next Monday at 7, hopefully. And have a wonderful rest of your week. Happy Father's Day Sunday to you, fathers. Thank you. Namaste. Sending lots of love.